back at it. Welcome,
So,
Moles and Money family. Y'all see me, last of a flying breed on me. I'm here at the Universal Currency Chamber with the founder, Mr. Daquan Nesbitt. Welcome, brother.
man,
How you
appreciate you,
doing?
champ.
I
Glad you,
appreciate you
yeah,
for
for
welcoming
sure.
me here. You see, we at a different location all the time when we meeting real business people, meeting real people that's pouring into their community. And this is what Morals and Money want to be all about. You heard? Interviewing people that give us inspiration, give us motivation to keep this thing going. You feel me? We got to get to the next level. And when you meet people that's going to the next level, shit, you got to speak to them. You heard? You got to chop it up. So I
Yeah,
came to
most definitely.
talk to my
Yeah,
brother
yeah,
right here. Please introduce yourself to Morals and Money family, the world, the internet.
yeah, man. As the brother said, Daquan Nesbitt, founder and CEO of the Universal Currency Chamber. We located on 154th Street in 8th Avenue, right across from my hometown, Polo Ground Towers. I'm from Building 1, low side. We got to
Oh.
make sure we say that for all the Polo Ground people that's going to tune in. We know we differentiate that. So, yeah, definitely from the one building.
Oh nah, you gotta let us know about all that. I ain't even gonna lie, cause we don't know about none of that. We from the Bronx, bro.
Oh,
We don't know the difference between
okay.
you feel me, the one building,
Yeah.
the other side. What's the other block behind y'all?
A Colonial behind us.
Colonial. Y'all don't even jack them.
I
It's
mean,
like
I'll say this though, man. From every building, it's a bunch of real rights though. From the 1 to the 4, yeah, back then Colonial, they got some real rights as well. It's something different in this water up here, the whole uptown. You know, we came up a little different in my era, my generation, and we pretty much standing on those principles, and that's what got
okay.
us here.
And you know we like to stand on principles, ethics, a moral code over here. You feel me? You gotta have a moral compass with us, morals and money, all day, every day, because our motto is without no morals, your money will not last. You heard?
Yeah,
So
that's offended.
you feel me? You gotta keep that in check. So you say your generation, your era. Please let us know what generation era that is. You feel me? How old are you not to be in your business?
Yeah, I'm 88, baby, man. So you know, that made me 35 this year. So my era is the early 2000s. You know what I mean? And it really, I'm gonna tell you the positive. Everybody will talk the negative stuff about, you know, gang banging or this or that or third. I'm gonna skip that because we know those stories already. What I took from the neighborhood was a certain level of toughness, a certain level of being hard nosed, and a certain level of you gotta be what you acting like you are. So that weeded out a lot of fakes and phonies. So
You
if you
actually
was
had to have them hands, huh?
yeah, or even if you was a schoolboy, we wanted to know where that 4.0 at. If you saying you a hooper, somebody gonna want to guard up or put some
Check
money
them
up to see
stats
what
up
you
or
got going
something.
on, right? So it was just an era of that, or you had to be who you say you was, and
It wasn't just word of mouth.
because you couldn't benefit from certain hype trains. You couldn't go viral on the internet or doing none of that. So it was all word of mouth, and that word of mouth spread when you was a real performer. You know what I mean? So
It's completely different now. God
yeah,
damn.
that's
I wish
the
we could go
cost.
back to that type of time right there. I ain't even gonna lie, because so many people are flourishing out here. So many people is faking. They faking the funk. You heard? Faking the funk. But that's another story in
Yeah,
itself. You
for
feel
sure.
me? We don't care about those type of people. We care about people that's moving forward and elevating, like my brother right here. So please let us know what the Universal Currency Chamber is.
Oh man, man, it's like we talked about earlier. This the Underground Railroad, man. For
That's
all the
fire.
guys that's trying to get north, you know, all you got to do is look to the chamber, man. We'll get you there. What I mean by that is, we touching all facets of the community, right? So our main thing, I'm gonna speak about that last, though, is the currency component. I'm gonna just mention that. I'm gonna jump to the other things that we got going on. Is the workforce development, which is really a function of our currency component. What our workforce development program we do is we bring in the trades back to the community. So here we teach construction, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, all of those kind of things. We got pathway to apprenticeship where we get folks into the unions. We got a STEAM program where we doing like coding. So we doing Python, JavaScript, Scratch, those kind of things. We also doing audio recording. We got a graphic design portion. But all of those fuel back in really the currency, because if I develop you in the workforce, now you're gainfully employed. Right. So you have opportunity to later invest. You're gainfully employed. Now you're able to take that same income, if it is a W-2 situation or a union situation, and you can start your own corp and then hire people. That's how we really develop our workforce.
Right.
Is hire our own people. We've been putting pressure on a lot of the local businesses to hire in this community.
That's
you know,
fire.
so if you operating here, you got to hire people here, and it can't be a dead end type of situation, doing, you know, stocking the boxes.
Right.
We need people on the inventory, on accounts receivable, payable, assistant managers and things of that nature. So they're learning the ins and outs of the businesses
Right.
and would ultimately help us fill the void. As you can see, it's a whole lot of stores for rent, stores for lease, brownstones and buildings for sale. We're able to infiltrate those situations through the workforce development piece. And then we got our currency curriculum, where I head up that, and I teach like personal finances. We teach entrepreneurship. I got a course 101 through 103. I actually just I graduated from HBCU in Memphis, Tennessee, Lemoyne.
Okay. Congrats on that. I went to both state.
I put the curriculum together for the business program there. So we're actually using that same curriculum that I implemented at that HBCU here. And we're petitioning to get that pushed in many HBCUs. It's really a knowledge through experience type of course. It's not theoretical, it's all practical. So
and that's exactly what people need.
Yeah, because you could sit down and say, if I had a business that made 200 trillion, what would I do? More than likely, you're never gonna have that business. So let's start with the reality. Right now, you got your t-shirt line, or you're doing hair out your mom's crib, or whatever you got going on. You hustling. So how do we take that entry level or mid-tier level hustle, because it's a great thing to have, and how do we structure that appropriately, you know, through corps and things of that nature, in order to not just prosper the one, but prosper the whole.
That's a fact. And that's really pouring into somebody else's cup. That's really pouring into the community. I respect all that, my brother, for real, because that is something I aspire to do myself, something I always thought about doing, even before I started the podcast,
Right.
even before I really figured out who I am as a person. I always thought about sometimes giving back. Like, I grew up in the Bronx, in the South Bronx, but I went to school in Harlem. So I know everybody kind of uptown too. I went to school on 141st, and then I went to FDA. But you feel me playing ball and things like that, I always wanted to pour back into my community. You feel me? Fix up our community center. Shit, I still want to do that shit when I get older. Like, give us a real community center that people could go to, learn STEM, and do arts, do other activities other than basketball, because nigga, everybody ain't making it to the NBA. So it's like, shit, niggas don't even play in the fucking park no more. You feel me? I don't see kids in my hood play in the park no more. So where are they? Where y'all going? Everybody just can't be smoking weed all day. So it's like, that always been my mindset. So to see a brother like you doing it, and you ain't even touched 40 yet, bro, I applaud you, for real, for real.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I'm looking at this mission statement. Please let them know what the mission statement was.
Let me just go ahead and read it. I got to record this to memory, but the Universal Currency Chamber is committed to its mission, which is to empower communities through comprehensive financial literacy initiatives and educational programs. And we need to change this from literacy to education. And I'll dive into why, because literacy is like functionality, meaning you could just do it. So I might know how to count change, or I might know that they take taxes out my check, but I'm not really knowing what's my tax rate. You understand? Or what do I qualify for? How many of us walk by Chase Bank or BOA and we don't even know what their lending criteria is? We can't have that. If I'm banking there, I got to know it on a personal level or on a business level. What's the criteria for me to be prospered by this particular institution? Because they're being prospered by me being number one in this community, because they're getting a certain amount of lending based on the demographics. That's offset go just by me being here. Then the second thing, I'm banking here. So they're able to lend and get lending based off my deposit history.
Facts. So they playing with my money.
Right. So if they're able to benefit, I'm supposed to be able to benefit, but I can't even start benefiting if I don't know how to benefit. So that's really education.
That is
just being literate means I know the bank is there and I might could get something out of them.
Right. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Let us know the difference between being literate and having some key knowledge and education. That's a big fact. I never even broke it down like that myself.
Because it's a brainwash. You kind of hear it that way only. So it kind of frames how I can think about it.
Fact.
You hear, I've never heard it that way. I've only hear financial literacy. And we start breaking down like, what is to be literate? That's kind of like a low level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you literate at like 10.
Yeah. And motherfuckers and when you say a person is illiterate, that means they can't read, write, and all that. So they can't know the basics of some type of knowledge and education.
And even to be that.
Words really mean something. So when you say something, please understand there's a definition attached to that word. So you may not say, oh, I didn't mean it that way, bro, but you said that word. So what did you mean by when you said it? Look up that word. Define it. Okay, cool. That's like I was just having a conversation with one of my friends and we were talking about the word weird, right?
Yeah.
The connotation of the word weird. Me, I take that connotation as negative, but it says an extraordinary person. And then it's the second definition is witchcraft and all this other nonsense. So the second definition I'm rocking with, because that shit is weird, right?
Right. There you go.
Nonsense. I don't want to rock with. But a person that is extraordinary, okay, cool. Like, all right. Extraordinary, special, different, weird. Okay, cool. So when you say it, it's a context in the matter of the sentence, right? In the matter of the word. Translation. We got to all understand that. Because when you're talking to somebody, it's how you talking to them. It's your tone. It's your facial expression. It's your message. Feel me?
Yeah, all of those things. I mean, just kind of to add on or to, you know, throw some extras on what you just said. Yeah, most of us would be considered really like a functional illiterate. So honestly,
damn,
I would say that about
damn
even your local doctor or lawyer, anything, because all you're able to read at the level that you're playing at. So somebody, a doctor, you making 100, 200, 300,000 a year. Now you can read stuff that might pertain to what you're doing. If you're a brain surgeon or you're ER or this or that and the third, but do you know how to break down that currency? Because you're making 200,000, 300,000 a year on a W-2 situation. That means you should be functioning, educated, and literate on a $3, $4, $5 million level, because that income, you're supposed to multiply that. And knowing the different vehicles that you can multiply that through shows your literacy level and your education, you know, your education level. I give a basketball analogy, because we were talking about sports earlier.
Right.
It's almost like the kids nowadays, you could dribble 98 basketballs at the same time. But can you lay the ball up?
Do you know the fundamentals?
The skill is making the shot. Or am I getting a turnover? The fact that I could dribble 9 basketballs is great, but it don't matter if somebody's picking me up 94 feet and taking the ball out.
Exactly.
Your skill is getting the ball up the court. Your skill is making an assist.
Your skill is putting the ball in the
hole.
basket.
It's not being able to do a trick unless you're a globetrotter or you know, and one or something like that. So, you know, just kind of to show that difference. The same thing in finance. You got to know how to utilize these vehicles to prosper and not just say, I'm a one-trick pony. I cut hair real good. Everybody come to me, so I'm a millionaire for cutting hair. Right. But I don't know finances, or I don't know how to use
how can you be multifaceted?
Right.
And I always thought about that for myself too. Like even when we was in grade school, middle school, and high school, I used to hate for somebody to think I'm a one-dimensional type of guy. That right there is like the worst type of shit you could ever, like, that's real disrespect to me. You think I'm one-dimensional. Like I hate when people be like, oh, why you got that on today? You going to a job interview? Bro, what? Why you think I can't? Like, I don't know how to switch it up because I live in the hood. What's wrong with you, bro? Like, even when I worked at FDA, a brother like you, young, successful, the students right now and the students before from 2018 on down to now would not consider you to have the knowledge that you do. And I'm going to give you a prime example on how I'm going to make that true, right? Myself, I was only 25, not even 25 yet. I was only 23, right? So I'm dealing with the high school kids and the middle school kids. Now, I got a vice principal, just like yourself, 38 though, 38 years old, from St. Nick. Appreciate my brother. Feel me? Shout out to him. He put me on a lot of gyms too. Try to put me on different type of path for the DOE, right? Right. So, but the way he did it was same type of way, right? School route and all that, just like us, play ball and all that, and dibble dabble in the streets and all that. But you feel me? Fly, young, don't gotta wear a suit and tie all day, right? How did the students look at us? Oh, bro, you just regular. You not you just a teacher. Yeah. You're not the vice principal. Mind you, the principal is a black woman, a melanated woman. This is a melanated man. We run FDA right now. When we stand at the door, until Mr. Megan, I don't know who you know, if you know who that is, but until Mr. Megan comes to that door, they think he's the fucking principal. Yeah. What's wrong with our kids and what's wrong with our community that a young black man has to put on a shirt and tie or has to put on a 3-piece suit or has to walk a certain type of way for you to think that brother got some knowledge and that brother runs this building?
Man, well, you know that's a brainwash again.
You
It's
feel
it's
me?
all
Like,
programming.
and this is why Morals and Money is presented,
Yeah,
bro.
it's
This is
all
why
programming.
I respect this Universal Currency Center, bro. This is the things that people need to see. This is the
Yeah, for
things
sure.
that we need to promote. Fuck that celebrity shit. Fuck Diddy and all that bullshit. This is what people need to see. This is what people need to hear. This is what need to be trending on Twitter and TikTok and Instagram.
Man, let's get into some trending topics then, so we can give them something to,
Please,
subscribe
dude,
to.
tell them how you was just fixing the brother credit.
Oh yeah, so
Around the block.
one of the things here, or a lot of the things we do here is really centered around that finance piece. So we got A to Z solutions, which is all encompassing. So from your initial credit repair or credit clean or wiping you straight away to building upon the personal credit, from advisory to internal trade lines. Cause I got a bunch of cards that we add people on. That's my own cards, to purchasing trade lines, to credit advisory. Now that you got strong credit profile, what particular lenders should you go to? The credit stack method. Then we create LLCs, all that right here. So if you want to do a C corp, a S corp, a partnership, a joint venture, anything like a trust, a holding company, we create all of those entities here. From getting your EIN number to registering you with an appropriate state that might have that corporate veil in there or considered a tax haven. Those kind of states we register you in, to getting you that business funding on those 0% interest type of cards, business lines of credit, installment loans, any type of funding. So we take you from A to Z, and then I don't just drop you off at that point, because a fool and money are part ways, quickly. So from there, we still give you advisory on investment strategies, on how to invest in your local community. We talked about earlier, it's a bunch of brownstones for sale. Those are multi-units. The storefronts, we teach people how to get into these storefronts, acquire the lease, get your rent paid out for the year, structure your payroll situation, inventory, all a full rollout, through the market research. And we also, like we talked about earlier, that vertical integration. So let's say real estate, because that's a simple one that we do.
Definitely trying to get into that.
I'll teach you property
definitely trying to get into that.
Property management game, and then how to get lending on your property management company, and then take that to actually purchase real estate as a real estate investor. And then we also do syndications, where we'll structure deals so that people can put multiple people or multiple entities can put their funds together in order to purchase, properties. And like we talked about the currency is to flow, you know what I mean, to stay active with it. So we infiltrate all of the things that we see. So when they talk about, we put pressure on the politicians, they say, hey, I'm gonna solve the affordable housing program. But we know that rent is always gonna be more than the mortgage. So how we solve affordable housing is we get into those buildings and we own them. And then we work with the city and the government programs like a Section 8 and those things.
We talking about ownership, man.
To get our people in there, now we own. They talk about the immigrant problem. We own in buildings. Now we putting immigrants in those buildings and we getting paid from the hurt situation. You see what I mean? You talk about the youth, the same thing. We got a sister that we help structure some things where they're doing out in the Midwest area, where they buying a whole bunch of multi-units, and then they're going and getting with the group homes and establishing group homes through those multi-units. So we taking those kids out of precarious situations, putting them in loving situations, and then also prospering the owners by, getting that funding and then pouring back into the youth, because they're going to be the students that take up our programs as we continue to go virtual. So it's really a 360 method that which we're building out.
Woo, that was a lot of gems, and that was a lot of things, services being offered to the community. When I say pouring into the community, this man is not playing around, bro. And I respect it full force. And I'm about to tap in myself, you heard? I'm about to tap in myself. Don't play around. We're going to drop the link in the bio for everything. Make sure you tap in, but I'm about to tap in myself.
Oh, I forgot to say this. We can catch this too on the socials, UCC_Dey. That's DEY. And that's my personal pages on everything, Instagram, Facebook. We about to do the TikTok and all that stuff. I'm a late mover when it comes to the social media.
Me too. I ain't even gonna hold you. And I'm in the age of the millennials, right? Of being the social media shit. I don't give a damn about that shit sometimes. But we gonna stay consistent with this motherfucking content, you heard?
No, that's a blessing though, bro. For sure.
For real. It's a blessing to have you on the show. For real, you dropping a lot of gems, and that's what I need. I'm trying to learn this. trying to learn as much as you, my brother, too. Trying to get to that level.
Yeah.
So my next question is, how did you even get to this type of plateau with wanting to give back to Poland grounds, wanting to give back to Harlem, wanting to give back to NYC like that?
Man,
Putting people on, because other people that came out your era, honestly, don't be doing that.
No.
I ain't even gonna hold you. They don't be doing that. I know a lot of old niggas that drive certain cars and they come back to the hood and it's like, I just came back to the hood to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Nah, you feel me? They trying to flex on niggas that's younger than them and shit. And it's like, bro, you supposed to be putting that young nigga on, not letting him still jack sex money. But hey,
I would say a lot of people, man, I don't know those guys personally, but I would say the guys that are moving like that, they never really been through nothing. And what I mean by that is that I'm not gonna go off the wagon, but I put a lot of time in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? So me putting my time in, I already knew and seen what come. You can't really come back to the Lions Den dangling a lamb around your neck and then say you're not gonna feed everybody. That's not gonna end right for you. You know what I mean?
Tell me.
I recognize that as a youngster. I always knew that my strength was in this neighborhood. I always was really somebody. I always was my era. I'm the guy. You know, people know me as different names, but if you figure out one of the names that I am and you start to ask about that name, they're gonna say that's him.
That's him.
So
he's him.
You feel me? So with having that position, that come with certain things, and you gotta be. You can't be the guy you don't provide, because they're gonna take you out the seat and somebody else gonna be in the seat that's gonna do it.
Right.
So that was early on. And also anything that I ever was on, I could lean on this. This was a major crutch for me. I can't, like you talking about, I came in an era where it could get dangerous by being in a certain place. And I never made that call back to the crib, and the crib ain't come perform. You feel what I mean? So when I was able to educate myself, I said I gotta make sure I, look out for my folks. And because they held me up, they championed me and said, you somebody. So, and the differentiation factor, though, the kind of, the elephant in the room is my background is in banking. I worked in anti-money laundering, anti-human trafficking, anti-terrorist financing. I owned companies in that industry for maybe 10 years. So that kind of gave me a intimate understanding of how currency really moves. I've seen $100 trillion or more worth of transactions in my time in banking. Every type of case you can think of, from the Wolf of Wall Street to the Danske Bank shit with Trump, to the Orlando shooter with the rainbow guy that shot up the club. Other famous people that, maybe they wouldn't name them, but I've looked at everybody's account. I worked at every type of correspondent bank, investment banking, high net worth clients. So that gave me an intimate knowledge on how I can move bread. And then, what Chasey said, they don't F around and gave the right niggas well. So I got in the spot.
Felt that.
I just, I ran with it. I haven't looked back.
I hear that, man. So what would you say was like, was it you going to HBCU? Like, what was it that sparked that interest to even get into banking, get into the finance, not just, because me personally, I went to school, I got a business degree, but I didn't want to do accounting. I didn't want to do the finance. I felt like I was just gonna be sitting behind a desk downtown somewhere. So I'm like, you feel me? I'm gonna probably do another route, and then I just want to have I just want to figure out how to start my own business. You feel me? Like the ins and outs and that. You feel me? And then understanding, like, I necessarily didn't have to go to school to do that. You feel me? It's the experience, the gain. So, but the piece of paper is still good to have. So
So me, man, I guess I kind of got a lot of alley-oops, man, and I was just a good finisher, a great finisher.
I like that.
I was blessed. My guy lived on my floor. He went to FDA like us. My older homie, he about 8 to 10 years older than me. My man Raheem, he was working in banking when I was a youngster. So he'll pull up to my games, Range Rover, drop top Benz, this and that. He had bad bras with him, rolling. I'm like, damn. I'm like, yo, Rod, what you do, bro? Like, I know you ain't in the streets. I don't know you for that. So what you do? He's like, yo, I work in anti-money laundering. I'm about 15 when he tell me this. So I'm still like, I'm going to the league. I'm glad you said that, but I ain't thinking about that right now.
Right.
As the league got further and further away, you feel what I mean, for us to make that happen, I was tapping back in with older guys that had something positive going on. And I remember how he lived, took care of his mom. He always on vacation, had nice things. I'm like, damn, that's the life you want, really. That was the NBA. The NBA was, I'm gonna get a crib, which he had a nice crib. He had vehicles, he had bread, he took care of his family.
Right. That's the life.
That's
right?
the NBA.
That's the lifestyle. That's
So,
the fact. That is the lifestyle.
I hit him back.
That's the thought process I had from 7 to about 15 as well too.
Yeah, you know,
get my mom's a big crib, get my own self a crib with the NBA money and all that lifestyle.
So once I seen that he was in the NBA, you feel me? But he wasn't in the NBA. I'm like, yo, how to get to the league? They still drafting. And he kind of gave me some tools and fuels, and I just really ran with it. I was like, okay, cool. This is what I got to do. And I just did it.
I feel that, bro. I feel that.
The rest was it. We here.
I'm trying to do the same thing. I feel like I've been trying to do that same thing since I figured out the NBA was far from my reach as well too. But it's not even. I guess we look at it like that. But there's so many niggas getting to the NBA different routes now. Yeah. But it's different now. You feel me? We in a different era. We was in a different era. You feel me? It's so funny because it's this one line in my head that you said. You feel me? You threw up the alley-oop, but. Is this one line in my head? I'm thinking about this boss man line. You feel me? Nigga said I couldn't get to the NBA, but I still had to get it off the glass. Like, that shit, that's my line right there. You feel me? Like I still got to go get it either way. You feel me? So going to school was my route right there, and that
was a double entendre for real, because he might have got it off the glass.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Let that go over your fucking head.
Yeah. So you know, for real.
But nah, for real though, like coming up in NYC, you really know how to figure it out and make it happen. So, but that's why I applaud you right here with this network that you're trying to make, and I'm trying to join it. For real, Morals and Money is appreciating that. But let's talk about, like you said, the STEM program, and then how else you utilize this space you have.
Okay. Okay, let me hit the steam, then we go to the stack.
Right.
Okay, so really, man, everything is family oriented. So my son is into the coding, into the streaming and all that kind of stuff. He's super high ranked on the Fortnite situation.
Let's explain what even STEM is, because it's an acronym that people hear, but they don't really even understand.
So we got science, technology, engineering, math. They put an A in them between the E and the M to add the arts.
Right.
So everything that I really started had to do with either my family or my own kids or my extended family. So I'm like, I can't say that I'm helping the community and then my kids is not into what they supposed to be into, or my mom's is in a bad spot. So I say, you know what?
Be some
my son doing he's streaming and doing all that. I gotta bring this here. He was in a coding program at HSA, Harlem School of the Arts, and I just kind of seen what they had going on. I'm like, it don't really take much to do this. You know what I mean? We playing a pretty penny for them to do this with them. And I'm like, I know.
Was that an after school? Or that
it was, they got after school and they got the weekend situation.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, cool. I got multiple corps. I got a space. I just start hitting up all the graphic and STEM and all the schools who need internships, who want to be a part of the workforce development situation. And I had them start coming through and teaching these courses. Some teach for free for the stipend. Some teach for a grade. Some teach for a salary. But that's how I built it out. So through that, we got the audio recording. I worked with some artists that I worked with from the ground level and start building them up. And they telling me like, yo, I'll go record on my phone. I'll record on an iPad. I'll do this and that. So I say, cool, we're going to bring that type of program to the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Some of these kids don't got $80, $100, $150 to pay an hour for a studio. But I'm going to take you A to Z. Record on your phone. We're going to mix and master your situation. Then you're going to come to the course. We're going to find out how to stream. You're going to find out how to run your algorithm plays. And then I'm going to put you in the real game. Now we're going to make your own LLC. So you got a label. Then we're going to do your management. Then we're going to do your publishing. We're also doing that as well. So we teach about the Harry Fox, the TuneCore, DistroKid, all of that kind of stuff. We teaching you all of that game. So when you get to a label, you already knowing I'm asking for a partnership. If I deal with the label, I already got 1 million views. I got this many streams.
That's what I be telling people. This is what we be telling people on Morals and Money when we speak to artists as well. Because if you already know, join the membership on YouTube so you could join the masterclass we got going on. You can learn the same type of skills. Matter of fact, we're gonna bring it all together.
Yeah,
It's about to be a whole cook up, man. I'm telling you, bro. God work in mysterious ways. Yahweh works in mysterious ways. You heard? And don't nothing happen for no reason.
For real.
You understand? We was just saying that, bro. I have an engineer myself too. Also, that you feel me? We trying to cultivate things. You already know what's going on at RTG. We trying to cultivate things, bring people in that want to learn engineering, that want to learn these things. So if you want to learn these things, tap in. You feel me? The STEM program, the work development program. It's a lot of things, bro. People say that it's something holding them back. Nah, you holding yourself back, bro. Sure. You holding yourself back, but or you not meeting the right type of people. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So please keep going.
So I mean, you kind of hit a segue or when you talk about the right people. That kind of goes and ties into when everything you talk about the words, everything we're saying tied to each other. People say the words and they cast spells and they got a certain hidden meaning. So when you say your network is your net worth, let's unpack that. Let's go deeper into that. So when the people around you, so right now we got 2, 3, we got 5 people in the room. That's a network, right? That's a collection of people. I'm gonna show and illustrate. You talk about the credit stack, how that would help my net worth from this network. We got 5 people. That could be 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 different entities. So now I'm figuring out a way to pay you, to pay you, to pay you, to pay you. So I might dish out on, let's say on credit cards, right? I'll dish out 15, 20, 30, 100,000 on these cards, different methods. I pay you through Stripe. I pay you through Square. I pay him through Melio. I pay him through Plastics. The next time I pay him through his Shopify store. I pay him through his website. I pay you through an invoice that you sent me through QuickBooks. I pay you through ADP. Now all of y'all just got paid. I might have took that same Navy Federal card we talked about. That was 26,000 card. And I pay each one of y'all 5, let's say 6,000, 6, 12, 18, 24. The card maxed out. Now y'all figure out a way. We construct the invoices to where now y'all gonna pay me for a certain method or a certain thing. I just got a $24,000 worth of income, right? I'm gonna do that for 90 days, and then I could take that bank statement to the bank and say, look, my company makes $24,000 monthly, right? So now I'm gonna get lending. That's income-based lending. If I took that same $24,000 y'all sent me, I paid the credit card back off with that same money. I could go ask for an increase on that card now because I've been using the card, maxing out, pay it down, max out, pay it down. Now my score is up. Now I can go do the credit stack. Now I'm hitting these particular banks and I'm going to get. The Chase got 2 business cards. I'm getting 35 or more of both of those cards. I'm going to go to Pinnacle Bank and I'm going to go get a line of credit. That's going to come to my bank account like cash. Pinnacle giving out between 50 and 100 if you structure it right. I'll give the info how to structure you right. Then we're going to go to Key Bank. Same thing. Anything under 100, I don't need no dots. I'm going to go get a personal card, personal line, business card, and a business line. And if I got my tax returns and all that, I'm going to go get that installment loan too. That's 3. And I got some other little tricks side off banks. Like I said, you can do the DCU play. We do the Lightstream situation. We go get the auto loan. They send you a wire to your account.
This man is dropping so many gems, bro. I hope y'all fucking taking notes when y'all watch this shit.
So all of that stuff, I say we stack that, right? And then people are, oh, you got to pay it back with this and that. You going to have to pay back something regardless.
Y'all better be taking notes. But you better be taking notes.
Now you got everything ain't due up front because some of it is credit card, some of it is line of credit. The installment loans, what I do is I take 30% and I put that in the account and I let it pay itself for the first year, 2, 3 years. That's going to pay itself. With that money, the rest of that I'm flipping. The rest of that was when we doing the buyback column. That's how I got the storefronts. We got 3 to 4 storefronts in Harlem right now.
Yes, that's what we was going to get into next. Talk about that now.
So we got this space, which is UCC, Universal Currency Chamber. We got a juice bar right up the block right here between 8th and Bradhurst that I've been holding on to. We've been cycling our bread and we're going to do the build out on that by this spring. We got another juice bar on 135th between 8th and 7th right next to the precinct. Same thing. We got the juice bar in Brooklyn. We got the restaurant in Brooklyn. We got the UPS store up in New Rochelle right off Main Street.
Man,
we got trucks on the road. We've been doing the logistics situation with the trucks. So it's probably some stuff that I'm not remembering. And also we do the real estate. We got a play where this are all the blacks, man. I'm dealing with the blacks at this point.
All the melanated beings, you heard?
We doing
all the color type of indigenous, Caribbean,
everything.
You want to call yourself African American, anything, you heard?
We got the inside. Well, I paid the bread to be with this program called Deal Driven. You guys can look it up, Deal Driven, Partner Driven. Well, I paid to be a member of this course where they come with all the bread. They come with the hard money. They come with the fix and flip money, everything. They come with the down payment. Only thing I've been putting up is the earnest money. Earnest money deposit is $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, sometimes $10,000. again, there's 5 of us in this room. We all could put up 2,000 and then grab the fix and flip. Through the syndicate that we got right now, by July, we'll have flipped 10 properties in this year. All of them gonna net us anywhere between 30 and up. So you know you do the math on those numbers.
You do the math. We ain't gonna tell you.
And that ain't again, that ain't all me. As a syndication, there's a lot of hands in the pot.
Exactly, because people think you gotta do shit by yourself.
No,
you just gotta get like-minded people
many
to
hands
get
make
around.
A light load, man. Many hands make a light load.
Ooh, many hands make a light load.
Yeah. So that's kind of what this space is really all about. Everything, even my juice bars. I'm not a mixologist, brother. So if we got anybody out there that know how to do shakes, that want to do shots, you know, and all of those kind of things.
Any women?
If I said brother, so we got the women also. My bad, women.
I was just saying because you know women are into the herbal. Yeah. They into the real cleansing the body. Right. They know more than us men sometimes. So we got to take notes for the women and
yeah. So anybody you want to collab, if like you talk about, if you got a podcast, you want to shoot out of the spot, you can shoot. If you got a recipe you want to throw on the menu, you want to stock the shelves with your sea moss gels or your burdock powder, all of that stuff. We all about collaboration because it's look at it like this, right? What's going on in the world? You can't really do nothing to Trump. You can't really knock off Trump because Trump, you can't knock off Putin. Putin got 100 million people behind him, but you can knock off Michael Jackson. He got more bread than those guys probably, but it's just one guy. It's just Michael. It's just the Jacksons. Mm-hmm. You got to have a big tribe of folks to where you can't get to this person. So it don't make sense to be the one guy on the hill.
Right.
That's an easy knockoff.
Lonely.
But when it's 100 deep, 1,000 deep, 2, 3, 1 million, it's different. The strength in those numbers is you can't really stop it.
You cannot at all. I've been saying on the podcast for a long time since we kind of started, and I do my Dolo episodes on Truth and Gems. I hope y'all check those out. My cousin with Breaking the Black Barrier. All the time I say, bro, it's better to hit a nigga with a closed fist than a closed hand. I mean, an open hand.
Or hit a nigga with a finger.
You feel me? Point at a nigga, poke a nigga. Yeah. You feel me? You ain't doing shit, bro. Or like all the words, you're not doing nothing. You're not hurting my soul. You feel me? This open hand may hurt. You feel me? It may sting. But that when you close, you got the fist, knock a nigga out. So you feel me? We gotta come together, like I always say, bro. And that's what we about to do for real, for real. Y'all gonna see a lot of shit happen.
And one more thing, man. I try to give out. Because everybody, you know, they say the game is to be sold, not told.
Right.
And I would say, in my opinion, the reason behind that is because, as we see, when you give out a lot of stuff for free, people didn't earn it, so they go and burn it. So that's why we seeing a lot of the Navy Federal not doing this type of loan no more than that, because people, they ain't earn, so they burn.
People don't earn it, they end up.
You feel what I'm saying? So one of the gems I'll give out is say, and you gotta decipher this. I'm gonna give it to y'all off camera, but that paperwork is what you need, man. If you can figure out how to master, manipulate, and craft and create paperwork, you can create W-2s through entities. If you could create 1099s through entities, if you can create income statements through these bank statements and produce these transactions, if you can do those things, you're not going to do another day of work in your life. That's the work you're going to do, because that's going to unlock everything. The same way if I want to go to Harvard or Yale, I got to show my transcript.
Yeah.
If I want a $100 million lending situation, I got to show my statements. So figure out a way to create those statements. And it ain't as hard as you would think it is. It's pretty self-explanatory if you're able to dive into it. Think about your job if you work a job. They just an EIN number. Ain't no difference between Walmart and ABC Inc.
Right.
They got an EIN number. They got an account. They got a payroll account.
Ain't no difference between Morals and Money and the job that I work at.
Nah, man, it's the same. And once we figure out how to create those paperwork for ourselves and the people around us, now you got the mint. You printing money. Now you your own treasury. So to the audience, I say focus on that. Focus on learning how to print money. Everything else is gonna take care of itself after that.
Ooh, I appreciate you, my brother, for letting us come here, giving us the gems on Morals and Money, bro. I hope y'all, like I said, bro, I hope y'all taking notes, bro. I hope y'all took a lot of notes, because I will be taking notes. I'm taking notes right now. We about to chop it up right after this, man. Like I said, I hope y'all like, comment, subscribe, bro. Keep coming back, because there's going to be more people that are dropping more information that we need. You heard? Everybody that's 20 up, We need this information. Everybody that's 30 and up that ain't doing their thing, you need this information.
Yeah, for sure.
You heard? You want to come fix your credit? Tap in.
Man, tap in.
You want a job? Tap in. Don't ask Chris, yo, bro, plug me in. Come tap in.
Yeah, we definitely need participators and collaborators, man.
You heard?
For sure.
So let them know where we at right now before we get up out of here.
Man, we at the Universal Currency Chamber, man. Official address is 2916 Frederick Douglass Boulevard, Unit 3A. We got the whole third floor, man, the penthouse. Come tap in with us, collaborate with us.
We here. Just like that, we out. Moles and Money Podcast, baby.